Hi, my name is Michelle and I'm a certified holistic nutritionist, and today I wanted to talk about why we need to go towards our pain, especially if you're an emotional eater or you're someone who's been compulsively dieting. You need to go towards the pain. And so I'm going to explain what that means. Essentially, and I've been there myself, so I'm not just saying this, but when you're an emotional eater and you're using food to cope with your emotions, or if you're very critical of yourself and you're turning to the next diet to try to fit into a certain box, there's a lot of pain going on. We are in physical pain because we're restricting so much, and emotionally there's some kind of lack and pain there. And so when I say to go towards the pain, I mean to really move towards the emotion. And so what happens is when we have these habits, we emotionally eat, or we're restricting ourselves, we just are putting a band-aid on top of the pain with food, because we push ourselves so much throughout the day or the week or the month or whatever. We use all our willpower to diet, to restrict, and then there is sort of, we can't handle the pain anymore. We need something to take away the pain, or we've just pushed ourselves too far, and so we move towards having the food. This is partly physiological, but it's also an emotional process as well, because when those emotions bubble up, the only way we know how to get rid of them might be with food. And so when we do that, we sabotage ourselves and we feel guilty and we feel a lot of shame, and we say we're going to start again the next day. And so the cycle keeps happening. And so when I say move towards the pain, it's actually looking at why are you using food to cover up your emotion? Like, what is the actual emotion? What's actually going on in that state? And that can be really hard. We're not really taught how to be with our emotions, that they're even of value. We're taught to tend to run away from them, distract from them, avoid them, push past them, not really dive into them because it's painful. We want to avoid pain, but we're actually creating more pain by avoiding it. And our emotions are really directing us back to ourselves, to what we're feeling and what we're experiencing, if we're able to sit with them long enough. And so this process, once you start sitting with the emotion and start discovering why you're even avoiding it, you start to get a lot of different answers, and you start seeing what needs that you have that are unmet, that you're trying to meet through this coping mechanism. And there you can get more into the root cause. With a lot of strategies around emotional eating, if you see, let's say, a therapist, they look at it just maybe from a mental perspective and they don't even really dive into the emotional realm. Or if you just see someone who's giving you a new diet or a new plan, they're not thinking about your emotional health and why you're doing what you're doing. They're just trying to get you probably to weight loss. They're not trying to nourish your body necessarily. And so there are all these disjointed parts, but when you really dive into emotional eating and you want to nourish your body, you have to look at your body, your physical body, and your emotional needs. Only when you start putting these two together do you start to heal it. So looking at the patterns, going into the emotions, seeing what you really need, and that creates more and more space, and it disrupts the pattern and you start changing it. So that's why it's important to go towards the pain and to explore the pain, not run away from it. So I hope this video has been helpful to sort of illuminate a little bit more about emotional eating. It takes time, but it's not impossible to overcome, and it is really powerful to see what those emotions are telling us. It is really a guidance in our life. They say pain is the greatest teacher, and the more we can move towards pain and befriend it and learn how to move through it and through our emotions, the more empowered and resilient we will become. So thank you for watching. Please be sure to like and subscribe. And if you have any questions, please let me know. Have a great day.